Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have another rely on Rampant batrep. Recently I finished to read a book about Normans and their influence throughout the years of the medieval period, and so this suggests me this battle. And the battle of today is Anglo Normans against a rebel in Wales. Inspired to the fact happened in Wales during the Norman conquer of Britain. So today we have a sausage and mustard as a scenario, which looked great as the attacking force of Norman tried to repel and punish the the Welsh rebels, and so they want to destroy this small settlement, this for objective for the settlement, the deployment area in the center. And the battle today is a very mobile force of infantry for the Welsh, and here we have an heavy cavalry with the leader sorry, the name is quite difficult to spell, Gruffudd ap Llywelyn, which is heavy cavalry, 2 units of light infantry with javelin, 1 unit of archer, and 4 units of skirmisher. And that's the rebel who tried to push out from the territory the Normans. And here we have the Normans, Hugh of Chester, 2 elite cavalry, 2 heavy infantry, and 1 crossbow unit. Here the trait for the Lord is harsh for Hugh, so his unit automatically pass wild charge, and Lionheart for Gruffudd ap Llywelyn, so you can reroll to attack dice. And that's for the band. Proceeding to the deployment. I'm back in a sec. That's the deployment is done. On this side, the man of Hugo of Chester, and this is a very interesting game because we have a very much powerful force made of elite cavalry and heavy infantry, but they are harder to activate, at least the cavalry just move, and a slow army compared to the defender, which are very mobile and can use the terrain in their favor. The archer are in the defense of this small settlement, and the rest of the army is coming to help. Everything is within 12 inches from Gruffudd and ready to run in help of their comrades in arm. And that's it. The first activation will be for the Normans, moving into the Norman first turn and see if they manage to launch the assault. First turn is over. Just 1 cavalry successfully activate. Then this heavy infantry here failed the activation and the reroll, so they stay where they are. They also suffer a casualty from the archers, while the rest of the Welsh successfully activate everything and move forward. For this turn, a very good one for the Welsh. And now proceeding into the second turn and see if Hugh can force the march of his men. This time every single Norman unit successfully activate moving forward. The crossbowman is ready to enter in the wood to take some cover and protect the flank of the cavalry. This unit here is ready to charge the archer or charge the building and try to set it on fire, but probably they will try to cope with the threat of the bowman and then proceed to destroy the hamlet. And now moving into the Welsh turn. In this turn, Welsh have no problem to move forward. Everyone successfully activated. 1 reroll is needed, but they return under the control of Gruffudd. But the archer this time cannot score 4 hits on the heavy cavalry, so no more casualty put on them, and they are really in danger because now is the turn of the Norman, and they have to roll to wild charge. They pass the wild charge, so they need to charge this puny archer and try to rout them, allow the rest of the Norman army to move forward to destroy the hamlet and punish these vile Welsh rebels. The fight in the middle saw the archer take 3 casualties, but all their morale and inflicted no casualty in return to the Normans. So the rest of the army successfully activated the crossbowmen and started moving to the woods. The infantry in column and on a blob move on the hill and forward, and finally Hugh quite reached the first objective, and that's it. Now moving into the Welsh turn. This turn for the Welsh is not as good as the previous one, because both the light infantry can move forward and reach the objective, they try to protect them, but then a failure on the activation wasted the reroll. And when the archer tried to shoot and also fail, the turn for the Welsh end in not such a good position, but now this unit here automatically fail its wild charge, so it must charge the archer, but also they have to test. So let me see if they fail. They do not fail, but only one at a time can charge. So I assume, and correct me if I made it wrong, that I can choose which one unit may charge, and for instance I decided to use this as first activation, and then if they are in range they will be charged by Hugh, which otherwise do not need anymore to test if they rout for any reason, so can act normally because it's not in range. And now proceeding into the Norman turn. Well, the turn is over, and the archer now fleeing from the battlefield with 2 model left, fight bravely and kill 1 cavalryman here and 1 horseman here, and Hugh also decide that a tactical retreat, a roll a double 1, force him to fall back and also flee from the melee. The rest of the Normans successfully activate and move forward, but now it's the turn for the Welsh. And at first they will try desperately to roll for the archer if they manage to roll high enough, but only hello, and they are gone. Okay, so archers are gone, and now proceeding to the rest of the Welsh turn. And that's it for the turn. This unit here successfully take the wall of spear position, and they are in range of the wild charge. This unit has successfully moved outside the 10 inches charge of this cavalry here, and also the cavalry of the Lord. Then they failed the activation, so the turn passed to the Normans. The first things they have to rally, and successfully rally. Then the wide charge for that side, they fail, so they cannot charge, but they can move. And now proceeding for the rest of the Norman turn. And at the beginning of the turn, Gruffy ap Llewellyn launched a challenge against the Hugh of Chester, which bravely accept and reach the Welsh warrior in the middle of the field. Everyone suddenly come to a stop, and the eyes of all the warriors are fixed into the melee of the 2 leaders of this force. So Lionheart for Llewellyn and the brave courage for the Norman lord. At the moment it's 2 hit per part, but it can reroll this, and he scored the 3rd hit and slay Hugh on the field. So the Norman warlord is slain on the spot, and this means an immediate test for all the forces who see their lord fell in battle, while the Gruffudd ap Llywelyn launches challenge to the remaining force, while reach back his men, now proceeding to see if the heart of the Norman will fade, seeing their leader dead on the field. Closest infantry run, watching their leader being slain by the Welsh, but the rest of the Norman army held this cavalry, barely roll a tree. Oh no, roll a tree on a tree. They also fall back because they have two losses. So they also run. I move now them, and this could be dangerous for them because they have infantry within tree. Oh, back in a sack to the outcome. Wow, that's quite a disaster, because I assume that they have to run away from the most straightforward line, and so they have to fall back in this direction, and so two of them cannot be placed, and so must be removed as a casualty, and that's it. This cavalry here is severely damaged now. Their morale is a huge loss for the Norman. But now I've finished the phase and the outcome of the defeated lord. Now proceeding into the Welsh turn, that is just begun with a wonderful result, a personal triumph of Gruffudd. The Welsh turn is over. This skirmisher here successfully skirmish but cannot cause any casualty to the heavy cavalry. The rest of the units move forward. This light infantry here try desperately to stop this Norman to set fire to their barn. We'll see the activation of the Norman, if they manage to set it on fire or not, but they are also within 6 inches from this fled cavalry, so if they recover they are in range for a salvo of javelins. This unit has taken the wall spear and are within the wild charge distance of this heavy elite cavalry. Anything else is just outside this measure. So start with the Norman turn and with a wild charge for this unit here, which is failed, so they cannot be forced to charge. And now proceeding to recover the infantry which is fleeing. Yes, they successfully recover, and that's unit of cavalry down there. They also recover, so they return into the fight. And that's it. Now moving into the rest of the Norman turn. Oh, the roll to see if they manage to set on fire. R12 model, so on a 8+ they set on fire. Yes, the burn is destroyed by the fire. And now moving into the rest of the Norman turn. And that's it for the Norman's turn. The burn is on fire. 2 casualty from a volley of crossbowmen from the woods, but they passed their test. The rest of the Norman army successfully activated, so they get the objective and they are ready to set on fire next turn, but it's harder because they need a 9. They retake their position, and now moving into the Welsh turn. There are a volley of javelin which slay another cavalry. Gruffudd launched the charge and the Normans successfully countercharged them, so they clash in the middle, and now we'll see the outcome of this savage fight between elite cavalry, but reduced to half of the starting number, and the fresh Welsh heavy cavalry. The outcome was 1 dead per side, so both passed their morale. He passes killing shot at no double one as rolled. Both move back 2 inches because I assume that they both have charge, and that's it. And now proceeding with the Welsh turn. And with the next activation, it just failed, and there's a shooting from this unit. The roll was just used, so we'll move it straight forward into the Norman turn with the wild charge test for both the cavalry. This one here pass it, and the other one is failed, so they cannot charge. They have to charge, and in their condition probably It's our choice, but they do not risk the counter charge, so they will charge the infantry on their side. Moving into the Normans' turn, and we'll see how it goes. Very quick turn. It take one casualty, put one casualty, both pass their morale. They manage to move toward the objective, then they fail the activation, and with no leader there is no reroll. So end of the turn for the Normans and moving straight forward into the Welsh turn. Gruffudd finally destroy this cavalry in a charge. Indeed, they receive the counter charge from the elite cavalry and take one casualty per side, but the remaining Normans fails his morale and is gone. This unit here successfully shoot but cannot manage enough to kill the remaining one. This unit here has formed the wall of spear here. No, sorry, I left the old token. They move forward, and that's it, because the next activation I try is this unit to skirmish, and they fail. He cannot reroll the skirmish, so moving into the Norman turn. Well, the game is over because the wild charge, trip, and the heavy cavalrymen remain. Charged infantry were slain, and that triggered the threshold of 12 point for the Normans, and the scenario state that when the attacker lose half of their point, of the starting point, the game is over. And so the Normans score 2 points for burning a barn, but the 3 are safely in the hand of the Welsh, so it's a 6-2, and the Welsh were repelled. Gruffudd that Llewellyn can continue his rebellion against the invader Normans. And small consideration, elite cavalry is very tough opponent, very strong attacker, but can be tricky and can be divert for their main purpose by the triggering of wild charge. All in all, they did their job. Infantry, light infantry and skirmisher, although they quite never reached the battle, did their job, because they put pressure and forced the Norman to act quickly, because he cannot hold the arrival of all this shooting, and so they force its cavalry forward, and it's cost the life for the Duke and for their elite cavalry. I don't know if the Norman will take their time to move forward the infantry and use the cavalry as flanking. It will matter of another test. For today, the Welsh are the victorious side, and the rebellion against the invader will continue. Thank you for watching, and see you soon on this channel with other historical battle. Bye bye.